We're back on the page with another profile, this time with Mark. And he played Maliss. Off with his head. What's going on, guys? Pegasus from the Wise Guys, and I'm here with Mark. Mark. You bro, that's all that needs to be said.
Yep.
But you love this deck, bro. I'm gonna stop talking.
This deck's insane. Maliss. Going into this format, into circuit breakers, I looked at this deck. Rizio can be whatever it wants. This is the best deck. This is the smartest deck. Can play through anything, can play through everything, and it'll go there.
Just God, for the love of God, please don't Lance at me. I got you, bro.
Don't Lance me, please. I can play through anything but a Lance.
Right. All right, let's get into it,
All
bro.
right. So first
I love
up,
the artwork by this one,
yes.
guys.
Not Alice in Wonderland? Mm-hmm. Neat. All right, so start off with the Maliss.
Future Blackwing profile coming.
First off, we got 3 Dormouse. Dormouses, it's like your 1-card combo, sets everything off. Her effect is you can banish a Maliss monster from her deck for effect, unfortunately, not for cost. And then from there, for the rest of the turn, all your Maliss monsters gain 600 attack. So funnily, even if you don't banish something, once it resolves, it's an and-then, so you'll still gain 600. So you can actually make your cards bigger, even do some shenanigans. So if they lance into this, you'll still gain 6. It doesn't come up, but that's still a fun little interaction that can happen. Next, the actual best card of the deck that you're carry through. 3 White Rabbit. On normal or special, she sets your Maliss traps directly from the deck, and that's what makes her insane. I should preface this too. All 3 of these girls have effects, and then play the Chessy Cat. I only play one, only like one. So believe it or not, on top of what they do normally, they actually have effects that can't come up. So when a Maliss Link points to any of them, they gain the Maliss Links gain additional effects. When one Dormouse, you get can't be destroyed by card effects. Rabbit, you take no battle damage. And Chessy Cat, you banish anything that's destroyed in battle. Comes up a lot.
This is correct to be, because you don't want to keep seeing this, right?
So if you're playing like me, which I've seen numerous lists do, you're playing other engines. This is a big fat brick. This card does nothing by itself. If you draw it in no names, it does nothing.
It's toucan.
It's just so bad. But the draw 2 can be pretty cool if it resolves. But I never did it. The one time I tried, I got ashed, and then I passed and got OTK'd in the follow-up, so it is what it is. That's why I don't like this card. Drawing this card feels so bad. I drew it, out of the 5 sets, I drew it 4 times, and it was so bad by itself. I hate it. It's the only actual brick.
It's awful if you keep drawing it.
Yeah. Onto the traps. It's the hardest part about this deck is the traps.
The names
are goofy too. Apparently, there's correlation to Alice in Wonderland. Don't know that. So in order, all 3 of them can be activated to turn their set by banishing a Maliss monster. So that's already insane. Just set it, flip it up. You can use this to dodge targeting hand traps on any of your names. But starting from here, this is your Rhoda. And they all have another effect where if you control a Maliss Link at resolution, they gain an additional effect. This is a non-targeting banish. So not only is this your searcher, but it's an interruption too. Because during your opponent's turn after you combo, after you set this off White Rabbit, that's your interruption, a non-targeting banish.
So it's gonna get you home.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna get you home.
It's gonna get you there.
Isn't it kind of hard to pull? Like the Ultra is,
Apparently, but thankfully it's only a 1-of.
Yeah.
Then you got GWC06. This is your Reborn. This Reborn's from the grave or banish. And then a res if you control a Maliss Link, gains your life points. This is your win in time button. And we love winning time buttons.
One.
Oh, we all gotta have one.
Because you quickly gain it back.
Yep. And then you got your special from deck. This is probably this is the one you actually use throughout your whole combo itself. But other than that, it's kind of whatever. This is the weakest of the 3 in my opinion, but it is better than the other 2 going first. You banish it off of other cards and you just don't care. This is the one you don't care for. That's it for the Maliss cards, besides the field spell. For sub-engine cards, we're playing the Dotscaper. You gotta play the guy. Code of Soul. So this is probably the fun card if everybody's
people don't like. I've heard people argue about this. And why do you like this, bro? A lot of people say it's bricky, but
it is. So first off, it's just a free extender if you control Link. But its effect in the grave is during the main phase, you can banish it, and then you can immediately link summon a Link 3 or higher. That's how you get Cryptor on your opponent's turn for another interruption.
Cryptor's the Link in there.
Yeah, it's the non-targeting banish as well. So that's why I like this card. You send it off of Terahertz, and then on top of that, that makes Terahertz get bigger, and he'll gain an extra attack. So you got an 8,000 attack monster swinging at you twice. That's pretty scary. He actually gets bigger. I think he gets.
You attack me for 5K, bro.
Oh,
so, you
yeah.
know. So.
Yep. And then I'm main decking Bestials, 3 Bestials.
You still like them? A lot of people
I do
kinda
like them.
cut down on them, but
Yeah.
it's still decent enough.
Yeah, in my opinion, I prefer them because they feel like they just kind of fit all the niches. Going first, bear in mind, half the Rise archetype is lights, and you can kind of work off that. Ball Drake is probably the weakest. I would probably play second Druid's Worm over it, but that's all I got at the moment. But and on top of that, it's not terrible. Target Banish is still pretty nice. Another sub-engine I am playing is a Cashier cards, playing 2 Fenrir. That is not a Fenrir, apologies. Apparently I'm playing 2 Unicorn and a Fenrir. I don't need to explain any of these cards. These cards are insane enough. I still think Fenrir should be limited to 1.
I feel like Unicorn is actually better right
It
now.
is.
Which is weird.
He's much better.
Because everybody's like depending on their extra deck. And I feel like,
extra.
yeah.
Round 2 against a Rise Eagle player, he kind of soft bricked, and all I had was this, and I just swung, ripped the detonator, activate effect, ripped the second detonator.
In the game.
And then I couldn't kill him just yet because he says on and swung over, and then guess what I did after that? I'll take that Exciton knife from you. That way you can never extra deck, get into your other cards or board wipe me.
I'm trying to tell you.
And he was salty. He was very salty because
Big
of that.
salt.
Oh, he was very salty. On a hand traps.
Big salt. Shout out to Mark. We're gonna have like a big salt. We're gonna try to have you.
Round 3 draw. This card is insane against Ryziel. They resolve X draw. Okay, you get nothing. There's no point, so they just end on detonator.
Versus you, is this card? It stops you from your draws. Is it good past that versus you, or is it like?
No, if you draw me, I won't care. Like, because the main time, the only way you're really going to be drawing me is if I Chessy Cat like an idiot, but I'm going to wait to do that later.
Yeah.
And if you take that option away from me, I don't care.
So skillfully save the Chessy Cat.
Yeah, save the Chessy Cat for later.
My bad. I mean, just so they can understand.
Save
this
girl.
one.
She's pot of greed.
And that's all you. So that's why people say this deck doesn't lose the draw.
Because I only need to resolve and search my field spell, and that's really all I care for. 3 Ash, really good. I'm maining 2 Nib. 2 is fine. I probably can't find slot for a third because I don't want to go over 40. I feel like this deck needs to be 40.
And Nibiru is really it's
really good.
It's the zigzag. Like everybody's kind of starting to expect it. It's starting to fade a little bit, but it's still strong.
Yep. Maliss cannot play through this card like because they just hit you on your end. It hurts. This Maliss is a walking nib magnet, and there isn't anything they can do about it. Last of the hand traps was 3 imprint. Self-explanatory. I forgot the birth. There's the 1 birth to go with the cash cards. Spells, we're on 1 callback. Gold Sark, I personally love Gold Sark.
People cut this. You like it still?
I love Gold Sark. I played Gold Sark during Burst of Destiny format with Sword Soul. I turned this card in Sword Soul into a 1-card Rhoda.
Gold Sark is always like that in every.
Oh,
I'm a
yeah.
Cosmo player, bro. So you know,
exactly.
I swear by the card.
At a regionals, I use this card to like send a random card and then just add Moe and then just full comboed in from there.
Completely
Cooked them. I'm playing double sign up money. I don't want to play 3. I don't like this card, but it's necessary. It's even better. Like this takes Dotscaper from being a soft brick into like full combo, and it's just like I'll take that to the bank and vibe. And then the best card in the entire deck for spells is Underground. This card is kind of nutty. So on activation, banish a Malice trap from a Malice card from your deck or grave. So that continues your extension. Its other effect is, and you can't ashes. There's very few hand traps that'll stop that. And then its other thing is, while you control a Malice Link, you have to attack Malice Links. You can't attack anything else around them.
Which really matters.
Which really matters. Yeah. And then it has a third effect, which can come up if you sequence properly. If you have 3 different named Malice traps in the grave, all your Malice Links gain 3,000 attack. And you can do that very easily on your 3rd turn with Binder. Binder can just banish the other 2 traps you've already gone through. Bam! All your Malice Links are 5,000. That's a scary thought, isn't it?
Gee, you did that to somebody today. you know.
Yep. And then the last spell of the deck is just triple cross out.
Main it.
Yep, main it. Main this card. It's worth it every time. Stops ashes, stops stroll, stops nib.
I feel like anything you can. This deck plays around certain hand traps really, really ridiculously.
It really does. So like,
this is the most fun you've had in a minute.
It really is. I've enjoyed this deck. Next format is one I'm gonna have way more fun with the Mitsurugi cards.
Oh yeah.
And that's it for the main deck. 40 card main deck.
Tell me about it. You know. The Drytron player, you know.
Onto the extra. For Link 1s, I'm on 3. Playing the 1-lane Grebo. I actually like this guy. He's a trap negate, so like if you can finagle into him first, that way you can just save yourself from imperm. I did that to somebody once, it was kind of cute. The Link Spider to remove the nib tokens. And then Link Decoder, just an extender out of the extra. That's it for Link 1s. On to Link 2s. We're on to 1SP and her girlfriend IP. The crew, no more unicorn, but you know, board state looks a lot sexier. Splash Mage, both necessary and not. You can work around it, but it is what it is. The Haggard Legends. This is the better of the Link 2s you'll be going into, because he banishes for cost at a grave to target something, and that's all you care about is the cost.
This card is so underrated for a common. It's always a common that comes out of nowhere that becomes a staple of all staples, and this card is that this year. You know?
And on top of that, he is a OTS Super is going to be, I guarantee you. Love this card.
Yeah.
Onto the Maliss links, because they're 3s. We got Binder. Binder is probably the better of the two. On summon, she's a triple DD Crow, which is nasty. And then she just sets your traps from deck or grave, which is insane. And then when she's banished, she comes back and draws you a card. Does everything you want more. She's insane. Refills your hand, big fat body, vibe. And then my personal favorite card is just Red Ransom. Come on, look at that name. Red Ransom. It's sick as hell.
It almost looked like you, bro. You know, with the jacket on, you know, and kind of, you know.
Got to get the red going.
Girl, huh?
Oh yeah. She searches the only spell in the deck, because the only spell in the deck is a field spell. People think they're going to get more, but that's neither here nor there. She's meant to banish when she's banished, she comes back and banishes a Cybers from her deck, mostly Godscaper, but as you grind farther, other names and vibe. Her other effect is when she points to something, she flips the attack and defense of your opponent's monsters. So that can come up really, really big. So if you
that can be really, really dumb, but you did that to me with Flu, and I'm like, thank you.
Unironically made his monsters bigger, but yeah, it's really, really funny when it comes up.
You cooked the shit out of me though, bro.
Oh yeah, I love keeping this drag. This is one of my favorite cards to just keep on the field. And then the real card that it's something you'll make later, but this card is actually just insane. Cryptor. This card is a 1-card OTK machine. Like, she's a non-targeting banish first off. And then if she's banished, she hits the board from banish, she just jumps up to 5,000. So like, she can even banish herself on her effect. So you can go battle, punch them for like 25, effect, banish herself, and then summon herself back at 5,000. And then just dink your opponent really fast. Like if you resolve Dormouse with her, just off that attack alone, that's automatic game. All by itself. She is insane.
That card is ridiculous too.
Oh yeah, she is nasty.
Yeah.
And then you got the original king of OTKs, Access Code himself.
Can't this get to like ridiculous in this deck? Yeah.
So what he does, so we all know what he does, banishes 1 per cost to pop something. Guess what that does? Triggers all 3 of their effects to come right back.
Oh, that's stupid.
Oh yeah. So you can literally go, say, blink 4 into this. All right, effect, pop, blow something up, effects, come back. And that's already lethal by itself.
And that's why the deck is really as popular as it is, because people are like, wait, access can,
If you banish Cryptor, if you use Access Code to banish Cryptor, shit, you have enough damage to kill them twice on the spot.
So Cryptor is like the real money card.
She's the real deal.
She's good looking too.
Oh yeah. Firewall. I didn't make it a single time today. I could easily cut this card and not give a shit, but there's a line that enables you to play through.
Is there something in that slot you want to try, or is it like you got to kind of mess with it? I feel like Nightmare Griffin is what I want to say.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it's either Griffin or Pack Bit, believe it or not.
Pack Bit is broken though.
Pack Bit is really good,
and you can slay your target. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's insane. And then the real reason this deck's actually nasty on your inboards, Terahertz. Man.
This is the card I'll be ultimate slaying online. I never get to really read this card because I drill Slayer every time. But this card is ridiculous though.
Yep. So what he does is, quick effect, you can send a Cybers from your deck or your extra deck to the graveyard. He then obtains its attribute if it's different from his. Then he gains 2,500 attack. And his fun effect is during your battle phase, just negate any monster effect your opponent activates. It's just, that's a stagnant effect. You just send 2 cards out of your extra deck, he jumps up to 8,000, and then bam, they get no monster effects in the battle phase.
God, that's dumb.
And if you send the fire, your main target for this is Code of Soul, so this is an 8,000 attacking monster who can attack twice. Have fun.
Send all hate mail to Mark.
I actually have done that numerous times.
That is stupid, though.
Yep. And then your two main targets for him. I know you guys see this card all the time on deck profiles. Meteorologic, yes, he's a Cybers, for those who weren't aware.
This is really good too, though.
Yeah, and Deceive Worm. He's your spell trap negate. He's how your opponent can't do goofy things where they force interaction out of you and then they try to talent or thrust you. You can just, okay, you don't get to do that now. I did do that round 2. My round 1 was the Maliss Mirror. He starts activating really scary cards, but I'm like, nope, nope, nope. Turns out he had talents in his hands the whole time and he just didn't use it, and then he just passed, and I was like, all right, battle, 8,000.
Just crack him right in
Just cracked him right in the head. I was like, he activated a gauge. I almost panicked and, no, I won't do that. I won't do that. I won't do that.
And then, this was a New Year's tournament, you know, with a lot of randomness. So,
you know. A lot of randomness. If you want to see the side, my side is kind of goofy, but whatever. My side, Contact C, I find this card super funny. Terrible against this deck. Funny against some rogues. Against Ryziel, you just wait until they resolve Ice to send, and then you summon it, and then they can't play anymore. I play the one land, so you have cross out target. Feather Duster.
Yeah.
Feather Duster, Ultimate Slayer. Don't need any explanations. They're all thrust targets. Talents, double Lightning Storm, double Thrust, and then the last target for that, D-Barrier. Fuck this card.
I think it actually is going to get banned.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you had a conversation about that earlier.
Yep. And then triple evenly.
I know that's right.
Oh, yeah. I got evenly today. I sided it in. I actually sided it in every single time going set. Never drew it. Never drew it.
I drew it, and, you know, it didn't do anything.
You even double evenly me, and I was surprised. I was like, oh, shit. I managed to work my way through that.
Yeah. You actually won that game. So that shows you evenly isn't what it was, you know?
But, yeah, this deck, I've thoroughly enjoyed this deck. And the moment it got revealed, I started testing. It actually has a really weird learning curve. So it takes a second.
Well, bro, I appreciate you.
Yep.
Shout out to you. Shout out to our homie Mitchell. You know, we never really did get around to it, but he top 8'd with this deck, and he swears by it just like you swear by it. And Wise Guys Tax. You know, we just go. No, I see you, bro.
Yep.
Shout out to you. Appreciate you, bro.